Hi, I'm Rachel Edlund, and this is my video for the Chapter 1 assignment. So for the first part of the question, that asks for characteristics and societal impact of ethnic groups in the U.S., I said a characteristic is multi-ethnic, and this is when society groups together numerous racial, religious, and cultural groups into one. And then I also talked about ethnocentrism, and this is when people judge other groups by the standards of their own personal group. And then the second part of the question, consider how grouping people together can be problematic in terms of differentiating between cultures and traditions. I said that grouping ethnic groups is a form of self-fulfilling prophecy, which is problematic. There is a false definition of ethnic groups that leads to hurtful and destructive behaviors. Similar physical features causes some ethnic groups to be lumped together. And then the third part of the question, examine two ethnic groups you encounter in your normal day. I encounter with African American colleagues at work, and I also encounter Hispanic students at school. So the next part of the question, use major concepts and theories from the text to explain how you identify and differentiate between the ethnic groups. I differentiate between the ethnic groups I encounter by using the comparative approach. This approach allows me to learn about race and ethnicities in societies different from the one I was raised. I also try to learn about unique cultural traits of the ethnic groups I encounter to differentiate the groups. Learning about subcultures helps to differentiate ethnic groups. And then the next part of the question, consider whether members of these groups might identify themselves differently than how society would. And I said that members of these groups most likely identify differently than how society would group them because they're placed into multi-ethnic groups and are not able to express their cultural differences. Ethnic groups also must identify differently than society places them because they want to express their unique culture. People of ethnic groups don't want to be placed into multi-ethnic groups where their culture is not celebrated. And then, so for two visual aids, I wasn't able to figure out how to do the video the same, so I printed them out, but they're both from Pew Research Center, and the article was called Multiracial in America, and it's from June 11, 2015. This is the first visual aid, and it gives the percentage of U.S. adults with a multiracial background in the U.S., and it's 6.9%, and of that percentage, 60% felt proud of their multiracial background, 59% felt more open to other cultures, and 55% have been subjected to slurs or jokes because of their racial background. And then the next visual aid is from the same article. This is it. So this one looks at multiracial adults who have experienced racial discrimination, and the highest multiracial group was Black American Indian, and then white, Black, white Asian, white American Indian. All right, thank you.